Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this session. So today's session is about how AI can help a school leader. So we will look at a few use cases, scenarios that I'm going to demonstrate it to you, through which you will be able to understand how a leader can leverage AI to automate a few of the tasks or maybe save time too. Welcome once again to this session. My name is Nanjappa. I'll be the facilitator for this session. I'm a Google certified trainer and I've been associated with UpEducators for the last 4.5 years, where I take different sessions, that is courses at UpEducators. We have a course which is called as online teaching, that is A to Z of online teaching. How do you start your own online teaching setup? That is one course that I handle. And I also handle masterclass on Canva. In addition to that, I also handle a course which is specifically made for school leaders. And this webinar is again a part of it. You will all be getting the recording of the session as well as the participation certificate. The link, I'll be sharing it at the end of the session. So once again, welcome all of you. Let's keep this interactive. Again, as I told you, I will be sharing use cases or scenarios on how AI can help you. Now, how is the session structured? The initial 10 minutes would be about UpEducators. So what we do at UpEducators, what is the intention of having this particular webinar? Then we will deep dive into the actual content of the webinar. And the last 10 minutes would be where I will be sharing the link for the certificate as well as the recording of the session, and also have Q&A. So if you have any doubts, then maybe you can reach out to me at the end of the session. So let's start with the presentation. Yeah, hope my screen is visible. Now, what we do at UpEducators is basically we are in the niche of teacher training. So we have various programs. It could be Olympiads, it could be master classes or webinars, and of course the courses that we conduct where we upskill teachers. Now, for this, we have partnered with various organizations. It could be Google, because we are a Google for Education partner. We have also partnered with STEM.org. A lot of maths and science teachers are getting into STEM. Then we have NASSCOM, through which we offer certificates for the various courses. And we have also recently tied up with Cambridge International Education, through which we offer the CICTL and the CIDTL programs. So basically, what this denotes is whatever course that you take up at UpEducators, you get valid certificates, which will help in your professional journey. Now, about UpEducators, we are India's leading institute to offer instructor-led teacher training. It's not recorded sessions, something like what we are having now. It is all hands-on, practical-based sessions that we offer here. The intention is to mainly upskill teachers with the 21st century pedagogy and the skills needed by the students. So basically, we are equipping the teachers with important skills like critical thinking, creativity, all this, and of course, AI and the digital tools too. Now, we have trained 100,000+ educators across 25 countries, and you're seeing a few of the well-known brands here. You might be associated with one of these institutions too. We are India's largest teacher community on social media, where across 5 lakh plus followers across all our social media platforms, where we are very active. We are at 4.8 rating on Google, where the ratings have been given by 4,000+ teachers. Okay, and we also organize international Olympiads for educators. The main intention is to make sure that teachers of the same subject, that it could be a mathematics, it could be science, where we have Olympiads for those subject teachers, where you are trained on, the teachers are trained on how to create effective lesson plans, what are the tools that you need to use, all that. And finally, there is a contest too, where they have to create a lesson plan. So these are some of the Olympiads that we have conducted. It is very good participation from the teachers across India. Now, what is our relationship with AI? So we have built India's first AI platform, offline AI platform called as upeducate.ai, which is preloaded in a lot of Intel laptops. There is a wonderful opportunity for your institution, which I'll be detailing you at the end of the session. Now let's deep dive into the actual content of this webinar. Now, education has seen a lot of changes. It started off with the manuscript era. Before that, it was just oral. Then books were handwritten, education was limited, knowledge was restricted to the elite. So basically, education was slow and inaccessible. This changed with the printing press revolution. So once the printing press came in, books became affordable, standard textbooks emerged, universities started, and knowledge became accessible. Okay, it became accessible. Then the industrialization happened, where grades and standardized curriculum came in, chalkboard teaching came in, teacher-led classrooms, and education became mass. Then I think the next revolution is what we all can relate to. That is the digital revolution. Computers came in, internet, and words like Google search, online learning, multimedia, all this became buzzwords. This was from 1980 to 2020. And here, the change that we saw with regard to knowledge was it became instantly searchable. Before that, we had to go to the library and research, or we would have asked an expert or a teacher, and we would have got information from here. But with the digital revolution, knowledge became instantly searchable. The last 5 years, we have seen a lot of changes when AI came in. So now we are in the AI era. Now with AI, what is happening is we are able to generate content. We are able to automate few of the tasks. Personalized learning has come in. We can create wonderful simulations, and AI is not just a tool, it is an intelligent assistant. Now, it could be for a school leader, it could be for a teacher, it could be for a student. But one thing that we are seeing here is when you look back to the previous revolution, that is the digital revolution, where computers came in, internet came in, the schools were ahead. Like in the sense, if you remember your school days, the first time many of us would have touched the laptop or the computer was at school. But now what has happened is it has flipped. The students have started using AI, right? The teachers have started using AI. Now the school has to catch up. What to do? Do we need to give AI access in schools, right? So this is the debate which is going on now. So the transformation, which took about 300 years once the printing press came in, internet took about 30 years. Now AI has transformed education the last 3 to 5 years. Okay. Now, with this, what has happened? New jobs are coming in. Traditional jobs, very tough. New skills needs to be learned, right? Now, AI is transformational. Why? It is just not changing how we learn, but what we learn also. The skills that are needed now has changed, right? And the jobs, of course, we don't know what kind of jobs are will be much in need when the students who are studying now pass out, right? So what is it? Or how can a school leader leverage AI? We will be looking into these scenarios or use cases in a while. Okay. Now, just a question. How are schools adopting AI? Now, I would want you all to tell me, is your school allowing the access of AI for your teachers and students at school? What do you feel? I mean, is it that you're allowing access? It would be nice if you can unmute and tell me, or you can type it in the chat menu also. I'm just curious to find out how many of your institutions are allowing access of AI in the campus. Okay. Now, one of the things that I've noticed is almost 90% of the schools have not drafted an AI policy. Okay. Now, why is this important? When we look at institutions, we have policy for most of the things that needs to be taken care of, right? Now, it could be something for uniforms. You have a policy for that. You got policy for transport. You got policy for your staff members, leave policy, all that. Now, is there a AI policy? Okay. Now, we will be discussing about it. Maybe at the end of the session, I'll give you a few tips on what can go into the AI policy so that you can draft an AI policy for the school itself. Now, with regard to AI, there are challenges and there are opportunities also. So let's look at a few of them. Now, one of the challenges is identifying the skills which are most important in this era. We all know that rote learning is out. Now, preparing students for the jobs that don't yet exist. How do we do it? Teachers are unsure how to use AI effectively. What is a prompt that I need to give? Can I give my school name? Can I enter the child's name? These kinds of things. Now, concerns about data privacy. Now, when you're entering the child's name, okay, will this information go out? Is the teacher allowed to enter the school name when they are giving a prompt? Then, of course, fake news. Nowadays, you would have seen on WhatsApp, there are so many videos which are AI generated. Some of them you will be able to identify, but some of them no. Okay, so these are the challenges that a school faces. Now, what are the opportunities? For a school leader, lot of repetitive administrative tasks can be automated. We will look at a few of them. With data analytics, with the information that is available to you through Excel, all that, decision making becomes very easy. It will, because AI will identify the trends and show it to you. Now it can enhance the teaching quality with AI supported resources. Maybe a teacher wants to create a simulation because with regard to chemistry, there are very less simulations available. And chemistry is a kind of subject where you're not able to handle something and then the students are able to, mainly that kinesthetic option is not there. Now, a simulation might be able to overcome that. So there are opportunities here. Then creating personalized learning for the students. Now, 3 days back, Gemini released a wonderful option. In Gemini, there is an option called Notebook. I'll just show it to you also, where a student can upload the PDF file of the textbook, they will be guided on the whole process of learning. It will ask questions if you're on a particular topic. If the student has not answered it, then the explanation starts automatically. And then questions are asked on that. Once the student is thorough with that, it can move on. So creating personalized learning. Then, of course, your school can be a AI ready or future ready institution. For this, again, we have tied up with Intel. I will be sharing an option at the later part of this session, how your school can become a future ready institution. Now, the framework. Now, why this webinar? So actually, we have trained, as I told you, 1 lakh plus educators, which included teachers, principals, all that. Now, one of the things that when we take feedback from the participants that we have noticed is the requirement of a teacher versus a school leader is different. Now, a school leader is looking at using AI to increase the productivity. How can the institutional growth, enrollments increase? How can I publicize my institution more? And of course, how to use AI for innovation in learning. So this was the requirement of the school leaders. And that is why this webinar has been organized, where we will look at use cases, and this will give you an idea of what you can do with AI. And I will also be sharing prompts with you. I'll also be sharing what are the tools that you can use to do this process. Okay, now let's start with the demonstration of a few use cases. We will also look at prompts, okay, which, as I told you, I will share with you. Now, one of the use cases is a custom chatbot for your school. Now, generally, schools have many policy documents. It could be leave policy, anti-bullying policy, all that. And this runs into pages. And many times, as a school leader, you get queries. Okay, ma'am, can we take 4 days continuous leave? What happens if it is that? Now, if there is a bullying incident which has happened, what is the protocol to be followed? So all this is there in the document, but looking through that document takes time. Now, can we have a custom chatbot where you just put in the chatbot is uploaded with the documents and you put in the query and it gives you the required output. It doesn't go beyond the knowledge that you have given it. Okay, which doesn't generally happen when you use maybe ChatGPT, Gemini, general query. This will not be possible, right? So let's look at the use case now. Yes. So the option that I was telling you about is the custom chatbot. So here I've uploaded the policy document. Okay. So a sample policy document has been uploaded. Now, this can be shared with your teachers and they can ask, can I take 4 days continuous leave? What are the implications? Okay, so now what this will do, it will read through the content. Okay, now I've just given an example of the Pune Public School, just a name given, and this is the output that it gives. So it is not going beyond the scope of the policy document that has been uploaded. Now, the chatbot knowledge base is the document that you have uploaded. Okay, so this is the option or the output it gives. Now, what did I use here? I've used ChatGPT specific. Okay, specific. Now, there is one more chatbot which I've created, but this time I've used Gemini. And this is one example with regard to the EVS or the social studies subject. Now, this chatbot is a person who has lived in the Egyptian civilization and the Indus Valley civilization. So I've created a custom chatbot where I've uploaded the lessons, okay, the PDF file of the Egyptian civilization, which is part of the syllabus. We get PDF files, it could be NCERT, CBSE, all that. I've uploaded that. And I've also uploaded the lesson where Indus Valley civilization is explained to the students. Now, once you create this chatbot, you are sharing this with the students, and students can query this. Now, they want to find out how was, okay, let me just ask this. What was the currency? In a tabular form. Okay. So once I have put in this query, so it will read through the document that we have uploaded, and it will read through the document that has been uploaded. So this, how did I create this? It has given a few images also. If you ask more images, it'll give you. Now, how did this work? Okay. Now, the tool that I've used here is GEM, the GEMS feature in Gemini. Hope can we continue? Okay. So here we are looking at a simulation. So a mathematics teacher can create a simulation like this where you can have active participation from the students. Now the students say they type 20, yes, answer. You will see that the blob which is there here, it moves towards the side which has answered the question correctly. Now, if this side answers it correctly, it will move. So like this, we are introducing the gamification of learning. That was for mathematics. Now we can also create wonderful simulations. Now with simulations, I mean, I've given you, I've just demonstrated the simulation of a water cycle. So here, the students can themselves try, okay, what happens if the temperature decreases? What happens if the humidity increases and the wind speed increases? How does the water cycle change? So these are the things which a teacher can create just by giving a prompt. Okay. Now, another thing, something for the language teachers is where they can look at creating flashcards for their language classes. So with these flashcards, they are able to directly create a card like this, and they can just click.
से अनार
It gives them a audio response also. So the children can
क
get consonants.
झ झ से झंडा
Okay. So like this, different simulations or games can be created. Now, how did we create this? We created this using Gemini again, but what we did was we uploaded the content that we got, that is a HTML file. We have created a website. This website is totally free. And how did we create this website? We created it using Google Sites. Okay, so through Google Sites, we can create our own free websites and we can publish it also. So this is again something which can be done by teachers. Now again, moving on to the part where a little bit of marketing is involved. Okay. Now most of the schools, now here before I start, I would want one or two of you to just type me your email ID in the chat box here. Okay. Please type in your Gmail ID. Now here what is happening? There is an inquiry form. I think most of the schools will have this on your website. Now here, what we have done is when the parent fills out the inquiry form, now I see a few of you have typed it. Thank you. Let me just check. Swabir. Okay. Now say Mr. Swabir and the email ID has been entered. Now imagine the parent is doing it. The phone number is also entered. And then once the student's name is entered and the class is selected, now when the parent clicks on submit, immediately an email goes to that person. This is getting automated. I will do it for another person. Okay, Ruksar ma'am, I'll do it for you. Mr. Swabir, just tell me whether you got the email. If you check your Gmail ID, you should be able to see that. Now say the child's name is entered and then the class is selected, submit. Now the email which goes is customized. It'll go something like this. Okay. Thank you for inquiry. Thank you for your inquiry from the school admissions team. The name of the person will be put here. Ruksar ma'am, please tell me. Swabir sir, thank you. There, that person's name comes and the details about the school can be given with the grade, like whatever grade has been selected, the appropriate fees details can be sent and a brochure also can be attached.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I received an email.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Now, again, this is an automation which was created generally in the program that we offer. This process takes about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay. That is automating the email. So what is the tool that we used? We used Google Apps Script. Okay, where we are integrating forms into Gmail, into other tools. So like this, we have other tools also, which are called as automation tools. It could be Pabbly, it could be N8N. So these are the things a school leader will have to be ready with. Now, let's take one more use case. This, I think you will find it interesting. And most of the schools have to do this. As a school leader, you might have to do this. Now, when the children come to 8th grade or maximum 9th grade, you want to show them the path, right? Now, what happens if a child who is in 9th standard wants to select the commerce part? So they will select it, and automatically there is a drop down which shows what are the papers that they need to take, what are the optional subjects that are there, electives that are there. I've taken the example of CBSE, and what is it that the school is doing beyond textbooks and enrichment. Say there is a mock stock market simulation which the school conducts, then regular corporate leadership classes happen. Okay. And then what is it that the student can attempt? That is, what are the entrance exams that the student can take up if they take up commerce? So this could be a web page that is shared with the parents, or you can put it in the website also. Okay. So this makes your job very easy. And most of the parents will surely appreciate this, because a lot of confusion when they come to that grade, and as a school leader you will have to do a lot of explanation, convincing, all that. So why not put all this into a website or a web page? Now this whole process was created just by giving a prompt. Okay, just by giving a prompt. It took about 15 to 20 minutes because a little bit of refinement was needed. Then this is ready. Okay. Now, these are the things as school leaders we need to be ready with. I will also give you the one of the simple hacks which you can follow to give an effective prompt, rather two hacks. Okay. So again, how did we create this? You can use either Canvas option in Gemini, or you can use ChatGPT also for doing this. Now, moving on, there is a wonderful software called as NotebookLM. I think many of you would have tried this. Now, here what I've done, I have created a notebook, okay, where I've uploaded the professional development feedback from the teachers. Okay, what are the various problems that they are facing? Then I also had the meeting with my core team. That meeting minutes is also uploaded here. Okay, so this is the meeting minutes. Yeah. Then I found that, okay, I need to think, because one of the feedback was whatever assignments we give, children go to AI, complete the work and submit. They are not getting involved in the process. How do we change that? And also teacher feedback. Like many a times when we design professional development for our teachers, no, half a day, entire day is quite difficult there, right? So now the trend is towards having bite-sized training sessions. Okay, so what I've done, I've uploaded the feedback, I've uploaded the meeting minutes, and I came across two articles which helped me solve this problem. So I uploaded that. Now what can be done? In this part, in this chat part, I can ask, can you give me the problems faced by the senior teachers? Okay, so it will read through these documents and submit. That is, it will read through the feedback that has been given, and this is the problem. So one is AI proofing, one is work-life balance. Okay, constant updates that needs to be put out on WhatsApp, all that they are finding it difficult, and the administrative bloat. Like a lot of times, again and again, they need to create reports, all that. Now I can query the same thing with junior teachers. Okay, so it will give you what are the problems faced by the junior teachers. So here again, The main thing is, some of you might be wondering, okay, can't I upload this into Gemini and ask the same questions? Yes, it can be done. But what happens is there is a chance that the answer that that ChatGPT or Gemini gives goes outside the knowledge base. That is from where it has to pick out this information. So here, the junior teachers face behavior management issues, smart board, they're not very comfortable with that, and the parent communication. Okay, time management and planning. So these are the problems that the junior teachers are facing. Now for this, I can create mind maps. Now comes the right-hand side where the Studio app is there. Okay, now here I've just created a mind map. So teacher feedback analysis, early career feedback, that is 1 to 3 years experience. These are the problems that are being faced, key challenges. Okay, so like this. Now the senior teachers, 10 plus years experience, the leadership support request, what they want is clear usage policy, email sunset policy beyond the class timing. They don't want attendance system. Now career feedback, mid-career, key challenges that this group is facing, English as second language, student differentiation, student mental health, all these things. So with this, for you to present it to the management, it becomes very easy. Now I've created a slide deck also. It will create slides for us also. Now I see a query, can we create videos? Yes, you can create short videos. Okay, I'll give you a few more use cases. Now 4 distinct friction points, these are the things. Okay, so very easy for you to share this with the management also. You can edit it, you can download it as a PPT file, all this. Okay, so this is a wonderful tool. You can create audio overview. Like when you just click on this, it'll ask you whether you want to create a short thing. Yes, and you can generate the video. And these are all free tools that I'm showing it to you. Is this mind map reference from the attached documents? Yes, ma'am. The knowledge base is only these documents which are uploaded on the left-hand side. It doesn't go beyond this. Okay, so that's the advantage with this. So this is one tool which will be very helpful for the school leader. Now it could be something for the student also. Okay, many of the students, I think above 9th grade, they've already started using this Notebook LM. Now here what I've done is I've uploaded the source, that is this is a PDF file about cell, okay, about cells, the building block of life, from the, I think, the 9th grade NCERT. I've uploaded this document and I can create short video. Okay, I'll just show you. Now,
A cell must absorb food while locking out deadly toxins. It uses a barrier.
This video can be created. They can create a infographic. I'll just show you. Infographic can be created. So very useful for a student as well as for the teacher. So the teacher can upload the content and share this notebook with the students. They would have generated, the teacher would have generated the video, the infographic, the mind map, all that. And students can read through, check through this. They can put in their own query. Okay, I had given this query here where I said, explain about cell boundary as you would for a 12-year-old. And it has given me a wonderful explanation, very simple explanation. Okay, so like this, the students can learn things in a much more effective way. The tool that we have used here, or I'm demonstrating, is called as Notebook LM. Now moving on, one of the last tools that I want to show you, I'll share the prompt also, is scheduling. Now, as school teachers, school heads, we have this issue of creating a timetable, right? Now, I've given the prompt, I've kept it very simple, 2 grades. Okay. This can be changed, but you're seeing that the prompt is not 1 or 2 lines. It is this long. Now, what I'm doing, I'm going into Excel, that is Google Sheets. Okay. I'm coming into the Gemini option here. Okay. Gemini option here. And I will directly give the prompt there. So I go into Gemini and I can directly give the prompt here. So once I give, it will give me a output like this, where I can go change the teacher, I can change the class timing. All this can be editable. Now the prompt that I used is shared with you all. Okay, that you can look through and modify the prompt also. So this was the prompt to create a timetable. Okay. Now let's move to the presentation for a while, and we will also be creating a podcast at the end of the session. This all of us will try. Okay. Now let's come back to the presentation. Hope you found the use cases, something which you would want to implement. Okay. So what all can be done? I've given a few more examples here. You get a lot of CVs, right? So we can have those CVs uploaded in a particular place and you can query on that. Now, say you are looking for a science teacher who has done her MSc and who's got 5 years experience working in a CBSE school. So instead of somebody skimming through or looking through all those CVs, you can automate this task. Just put in a query. First, upload all the CVs. Then you put in that query. It'll give you only those people who match that criteria with their contact numbers, all that. Okay. You can create wonderful weekly newsletters just by maybe accepting the input from the teachers. Say they have conducted yoga day, the heading, few lines about it, one picture. Then the next one, they had conducted on account of the World Environment Day. This is what was done at school. Combining all that, you can automate and create a newsletter. The newsletter could be in English, could be in Hindi, or any regional language. Okay, so these are some of the things that can be done and which people are already doing. You can also create a weekly podcast. That is what we will be doing in a while. Scheduling, I just shared with you. You can create event websites, again by a prompt. Now here, I would want to share with you the prompt. What makes a good prompt? There are various frameworks that are being followed. One is a framework from Google. One is a framework from Intel. There are other frameworks also. I'll give you 2 hacks. The first one is where you enter the role, the topic. I'm just typing it in the chat window, and the details. Only these 3. Role. Now say you are creating a website or you are creating a web page for a inter-school debate competition, which is happening at school. Now the role, who creates a good website? An expert website designer. Okay, so that will be the role. Then the topic, create a web page for the debate, inter-school debate competition. That will be the topic, 1 line. Then you give in the details. When is the event going to be held? Do you need an entry form? What is the charge? Who is the person to be contacted? Put in all the details. And in the details, write, I want you to create a HTML file for this. Okay, it will create a wonderful web page ready to be used. Now, if you want to create a speech which you want to deliver, normally we do it, right? So we just type 1 line or 2 lines maximum. No, from now on, try this. Give the role. say 12 years experience as, a principal, okay, who is also an expert speech writer. The topic, say 3 minutes talk on World Yoga Day. Details, put in your inputs, okay, and it will give you a better output with this. So this is one hack which you can, or the method that you can follow when you want to give a good prompt. The second one is interesting. Okay, I won't be typing it, but I'll just tell you. Why don't you ask the AI tool itself to give you the prompt? You put in your thoughts. Okay, now say you are wanting to create a course on financial literacy for your school. Put in the thoughts. I want to create a course on financial literacy. Now, this should be for 3 months or 2 months duration, 2 sessions in a week, 1 hour session. Okay, it will be handled by my accounts teacher. And these are the things that I want it to contain. So you will say money management, and then say it could be investing, difference between FD and stock market, all those things you put in, and at the end, just give one line where you say create a prompt for the above. Okay, it'll give you a wonderful prompt. Use that, put it in the AI tool, and you will see a different kind of output. Okay, so these are some of the hacks which you can use. Now, coming on, as I told you, this is something which is very close to me. That is, I think all schools now should have an AI policy. Now, some of you might still be confused. Okay, why do I need an AI policy for my school? There are a lot of things which a school or a teacher or a student, parent might not be aware of. Now, one is when the teacher is giving a prompt. Okay, this is something which has happened. I want to share with you, which will highlight why that AI policy is required. Now, one teacher who had a child with special needs, autism specifically, she wanted to create a worksheet and a lesson plan on a particular topic for this child. So she put in the name of the child, mentioned this child is autistic. This child is in grade 4, typed in all the details and asked, create a lesson plan for me. Okay. Now, what happened was it created a wonderful lesson plan. Yes. But the parent later on received a post on Instagram, which was about a counselor who treats or helps autistic children. Okay. Now, how did Instagram get to know about this? You all should know that Google has 2000 points about each one of us. What is our favorite color? Where did we travel last week? What did we order? When do we generally order dosa or biryani? Okay, all these details are available to Google. Okay, how? You all know how it is, right? Because through the phones, all that, to the apps that we use. Now, shouldn't the policy be there for AI usage? What the do's and don'ts of how a teacher can use, right? Now, there might be a teacher in your institution who is assessing students just by clicking their picture of their assignments and uploading it into ChatGPT Gemini and then asking it to evaluate it. Yes, that's a good option. But where is this information going? Is it allowed in your institution? All this needs to be mentioned in the AI policy. These are some of the things which AI policy should contain. Okay. Yes. Now, moving on, I just want to again come back and maybe have all of you go into Google Opal. Search for Google Opal. What we will be doing now is creating a podcast. Okay, creating a podcast, again, free to use. If you have the laptop with you, get into Google Opal. Okay. So once you click on Opal, so this creates mini AI apps. Mini AI apps. I'll tell you what we had created with this, what the batch did with this. Now, as school leaders, no, generally you need to go and observe classes and you need to give a report. And of course, I think most of us, what we do is we get the main points, we put it into ChatGPT or any of your favorite AI tools and ask it to generate the report. Here, we created a mini app using Google Opal. The input that it takes is just the 3 bullet points. Okay, what went well, you can mention it. What didn't go fine, those points are mentioned. Okay, where to go next, I'll just tell you. I'm just giving you the use case. Now, once it is done, what went well, what didn't go well, 3 bullet points. Now, when they click on submit, what this particular app will do is it will format a report, one for the teacher, one for the management, and for the teacher, it will put in what needs to be improved upon also, how to improve it. Now, say classroom management was not very good when you observed it. There was an activity conducted, but after the activity, the children settling down took a lot of time. There was a lot of disturbance. Now, what to do? Now, you would have mentioned it, but are you giving the solution? Many of the times, no. You are mentioning the problem. Now, this AI app will look through and suggest remedy for that. It could be a video that it will suggest. It could be a website or small article which is referenced, and it will give the details to the teacher. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So Google Opal helps us do that. And what we will be doing now is creating a podcast. Very simple. It's already there. If you scroll down, there is an option called Personal Podcaster. I'll just type it. You can search for it. Personal Podcaster. Okay. Select it. You don't need to do any change because these are all example apps which are already there. Okay. Now, what you're seeing is the workflow here. What you're seeing is the workflow here. What is the workflow? The yellow colored ones on the left-hand side, these are the inputs. Now, what am I inputting? I'm just putting in the topic and how recent information that I want. Okay. The second block, the blue block, is where it does the research. It will take this input to this. It will check for the content. It will finalize the content and it will be ready to give it to the audio file, podcast. Now, the last step is where the magic happens and the whole text is converted into an audio file and it will allow you to download. So this whole workflow has been created already. You can just click on start. Now say about, I want to create a podcast about flipped classroom. Okay, I'll enter this. Next. Now, the last 1 year, what all updates are there about flipped classroom? I want it, so I'll enter 1 year. That's it. Now it will do the whole process. So what is it doing? It is analyzing the objective. Next, you will see that it gets the content, okay, generates the podcast, gives it to this, and it will finally see it is researching flipped classroom updates from the past 1 year. Then it will follow the process. Okay. Now, okay, I see a question. Will we get recording of the session? Yes, ma'am. You will get the recording of the session. I will share the link for you to get the recording in about 2-3 minutes time. Okay. Yeah. So finally, the output is shown to you. You can try it out, this one. Now I'll take you back to the presentation. Okay. Now what I explained, I gave you few use cases, all that. Now, if you're okay to try and implement all these things, if you're interested, we have a course for this. Just 1 minute of marketing from my side. Okay. Kindly bear with me. Now, what we cover in this course is we start with prompting techniques. What makes a good prompt? I give you a few hacks. There are a lot many. How do you create chatbots? How do you use these chatbots for administrative automation? Then the analytics part. Then how do you create content? Now, can I create a social media calendar for the school? Yes, you can do it. Then we will also learn, if you want to start a new course, I had given the example of financial literacy course. The complete lesson plan for that course with, it could be presentations, videos, everything, you can get it done. Then, now a CBSE school might want to include the 21st century skills in one of the topics. Can it be done? Yes, you can do it. This is also being taught. Then, of course, for school marketing, for personal branding, then how do you draft the AI policy? All this is covered in this course. This course, you will be getting certificate, multiple certificates, one certificate, course completion from Educators. You also get a certificate from NASSCOM, government certified. You get a certificate from Gemini and Intel also. Okay. The training program details, it is 6 weeks instructor-led training, 2 days in a week, Tuesday and Thursday are the classes, 8:30 to 10. There are a few assignments that is mainly to reinforce the learning. Class recordings are available to you for 1 year. In case you miss a class, not to worry, the recordings are there. The batch starts on 18th of August, twice week, Tuesday and Thursday, 6 weeks duration, and the course fees is mentioned here. No fees for the certification. Okay. I'll be sharing the form in a while. Now, as I was telling you, your school can become a future ready school if you have 30 Intel laptops. If your school has got 30 Intel PCs, okay, with the Intel processors, you are eligible. Intel is looking for schools which they can certify as a skills for innovation school. Now, what does this entail? The teachers get trained, the students also get trained, and you will be becoming a Intel certified school. Okay, they get 80 plus e-learning content, online training is given. The students can design a lot of projects. They get starter packs, all that. So these are some of the things that can be done. I will also share, this is the number. Okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this. If you're interested to become if your school is interested to become a Intel Skills for Innovation certified school. Now, there are a few other courses which Educators offer. There is Google certified program. There is the CICTL program from Cambridge. A lot of, admissions for this. There is a advanced AI course for teachers. There is, as I was explaining to you, the course that I handle, AI for school leadership. Then we also have a STEM and robotics program. There's also good number of enrollments we have. You become a STEM certified teacher. Okay. Online teaching course, how do you start your own online teaching journey? Okay. And we also have the pre-primary teachers training program. Okay, I'll just stop sharing. Hope this webinar has been interesting and you've got a few ideas on how a school leader can use AI, right? So once again, appreciate you all for taking time and attending this webinar. Thank you. I will share two links now. One is the link. This is not the certificate link. This is the okay. Tiny ma'am, I'll just come back to you. This is the Google review link of UpEducator. So if you found that this this webinar was helpful to you, please put in your comments. It will help us too. Now I will share the link through which you can get the certificate. So please fill out the link that I have just shared, AI for School Leaders webinar certificate link. Click on the link, fill out the details. You should be getting the certificate of participation and the recording of the session. Once again, I'll be here to take queries in a while. And if any of you want to log out, thank you for being part of this session. Hope I've been able to add value to the time you've spent with me. The links are there. Click on the links, fill it out. If you are happy with the webinar, request you to put out the review link. Okay, click on the link and put out your comments. If any of you want to log out, good night. I'll take queries. Charul ma'am, I'll come back to you in a while. Tiny ma'am, if you've written, if we take online teaching classes only, then yes, you can take the online. You mean these courses are all online, ma'am? Okay, if that is a question that you want to ask, these courses are all online. Okay, is there any other query? Please let me know. No, ma'am. This is from UpEducators. Okay, this is from UpEducators, and we are not an NGO. Okay, we have tied up with a lot of, and we are India's largest teacher training institute. We run about 13 plus courses across different, we have got different courses. We have got about 13 plus courses. Yes. Any other questions? I'll share the link, ma'am. Yeah, I've shared the link. Farhanaz, ma'am, wonderful. Maybe if you want anything from our side, please reach out. Please fill out the form, okay? And you can reach out to us. Priya, ma'am, I will not be able to share the links for all the app sites. Okay, you can look through the recording. I'll once again share the link. Can our teachers take up this course? Yes, surely, ma'am. Farnaz, ma'am. You can just leave your number. Maybe I'll ask the backend team to reach out to you, ma'am. Just share your number. You can.
Good evening, sir. I have unmuted myself. Actually,
Yeah.
I work for this NGO called NIA, where we give free education for slum students, orphanages, and all over India. As of now, we have tied up with 50 institutes, and we are giving a free education for them. In some cases, a very minimal cost fee we take with the students if they are able to pay. So here, around 30 mentors from all over India, where we sit at our home and teach the students from the different areas, like from Kashmir to all the part of India. So I just wanted to know the whatever you were talking about, the Intel course, the Intel who give the course, can we tie up with them and do some courses? Because AI is booming now. AI is in all the fields, and especially education should also, in the education field is also, we need to adapt that. We need to what I say, we have to accept AI.
Yes.
So
Yes.
whatever we are teaching, whatever we learned is no more now, that kind of teaching. So
Yes.
we need to upgrade our skills. We need to upgrade our skills with the help of AI, and also, both the skills, like पुराना और नया वाला skills लेके चलना पड़ेगा अभी हमें. So I had one question. See, our students are marginalized students and they have not seen the schools also. We teach these kind of students. So we are trying a lot to implement AI in our NIA. How can we help the students? We are making use of ChatGPT, and now we are trying to implement notebook also to prepare the PPTs, everything. So we want to know more about AI and implement AI in our work that will be helpful for them. I mean, for the
Yes, ma'am.
marginalized students, because we need to get the examples which can be related to their livelihood.
Correct.
We cannot
No, what we
relate
can
the.
do, ma'am, sorry,
Yes, sir.
cutting you off, but what we can do is we can customize the program for you. Okay.
Okay.
So if you don't want a, say, a long-term course, you can have, say, maybe 2-3 sessions initially to start off. Okay. And you can see whether it is adding value, then you can go in for a longer program. So we can do it like that also.
Okay. Like, who is the concerned person to whom I can have a word regarding this and talk regarding
Okay.
this,
Yeah, you
so
can do
that
one
I
thing, ma'am.
can
Just give
keep
me your
this
number.
good?
Yeah,
I will
just
just
give me your
share.
number. So I will ask them to